Good evening. Nathan Forster here, back out tonight in shop. Just more or less piddle around than anything. Trying to find enough parts to wrap this Farm Saw 2 project up. Like it won't be most of the video today. But I did find enough parts. Robbed a coil off of one of our other Pioneer farm saws. Well, this was from the original farm saw, that starter cover. Also the clutch covers factory. Running a X-Torque filter and elbow and carb actually. E-fuel lines. Robbed a oh man, now I can't even think of it. Robbed a decompression valve off of a spare cylinder I had, which I could always plug up because I was going to save that cylinder for the P42 anyways. I got plenty of these farm saw cylinders. Compression's not great. That's expected with the amount that we took off the roof. We'll just see how it does with the added exhaust duration and transfer timing, but that one's pretty well wrapped up. The only thing it really needs is a bolt right here for the muffler. See if I got that brought down fairly good. Make sure that one's, I mean, it's good enough. We can probably try to run it. Yeah, we're locked down pretty good there. I may take it out with me. See if we can get the fire and somewhat tuned. I know it's got, one thing with these, I mean, you can plug the decomp in these. Most folks say don't do it. All you gotta do is this starter mechanism is on a spiral. So as you pull up, it slides a cog over that catches the flywheel. All you really gotta do is pull out slow till it catches. I mean, you see how much before it even starts catching. It's right about there on the starter rope. I mean, it doesn't even start. It might start right about there. But there's where it really started. And then pull from there. So, I mean, you can plug the decomp on these. But, yep, that one's pretty well good to go for the moment. We'll see how she runs. If she got any air leaks and whatnot, did finally find enough to put this on. I am missing the bracket that slides up under here to hold the back half of this down, but this will be coming up. This is a P50. It has an air leak somewhere I gotta fix. I'd love to get this one back running good to where we can do a true comparison between that modified farm saw 66cc versus stock 82cc saw. But it'll have to wait just a little bit till I find that bracket and that bolt to hold the back end of this down. And I'll probably go ahead and throw a set of crank seals in it. And surprisingly, these have a very small clutch on them. They're even smaller than the farm saws. So I believe a good upgrade for these would be to put like a farm saw or a P42, later P52. This is a P50, later P52, 62. They all used similar clutches, but for some reason the P50s are very small. I mean, they're much smaller than the farm saws. So I may swap that over as well. But that's for another day. What we're gonna get into tonight is I might have enough to at least mock up our 1100 CD carb. So I pulled our top cover back off, did some preliminary figuring the other night. Grab my other screwdriver. know this saw's got spark. Fuel line's good in it. Muffler's not in terrible shape, just a little dented up down at the bottom, but that's just case volume there, which shouldn't hurt nothing. Or not case volume, but muffler volume. Pull this top cover all the way off. Alright. See, we had modified this to work. She gets darn close with this carb on it, which isn't the right carb by any means. This came actually off a farm saw, so it's a very, very small carb for that. But did modify this, which I could run I believe I could run a velocity stack on that. But I did just go ahead and save up and buy the actual carb mount for this saw. I think it was $12 or so. I said, hey, if I can at least get the factory one on it, so I'll be in better shape. I probably still will end up running a velocity stack on it, but that's because I think carburation on these could be better. But this is not the carb I'm running on this saw. This is just one I threw on here for mock-up because it had the same rotary style throttle linkage as the carb that originally came on this saw, and same as the 2100s. This thing's got hellacious compression, so unless it's got a cylinder leak, I'm probably going to try to leave it alone. Let's see here, see if we can get this mounted up. It's not much different between that one and that one. This one's a little bit less angle. As you can see that, I mean, just slightly, and it's shorter. I mean, this came off like a 61, 266, 27, or that's 61, 66, 266. I mean, just an aftermarket mount I had. Let's see if we can get this guy mounted up, see if this is better. Should be. Much better. That's the correct mount for this carb throttle bracket. So these throttle gizmos are a little different on these saws. I'm not a huge fan of how they have these set up. I may try to find a different top cover because I don't want to cut off that factory one piece. Let's see, how does that give us for throw? About the same. If this carb wasn't worn out, it probably wouldn't do it all the way. We can get that to go full throttle, because it's got like a sliding arm on the handle, then a like kind of cup that's supposed to catch behind it but really doesn't. I guess that's so it could throttle back if needed. It's a very, very strange design, but I'm also curious, just like that. Nope, it's smaller inside as well. Huh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to figure out what kind of cover we can run on that. how I can get this guy to go full throttle. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to bend up some linkage somehow, some way. Sorry y'all won't be able to really see much of this. I'm just trying to figure this guy out. Let's see what that does. That made it worse. I made it a little better. No, it definitely made it worse. Doesn't help that this carb's worn out. It needs to go like just a titch higher. I mean, it'd probably get almost full, but not quite. Not sure exactly how to make it go full as well. It's supposed to have some way to come a little bit further up this throttle shaft. Let's see. Got that. Oh, still about the same. Still like. Show you what I'm looking at. Alright, see the throttle right there? You won't be able to see that. Where's the darn orange? Let's see here. Okay, there's a good. See that shaft? Look how that's how it actuates the throttle. I'm trying to figure out a way to get it. And you can kind of see right there. It's getting almost. It's like past 3/4, but it will not get full throttle. I don't know if it's just because this carb's just a little bit different from the one that's coming for it. I mean, just a touch. Or there's something else going on with this system. Also, I'm looking at if I can find where I put them. I had some velocity stacks somewhere. There they are. These were made, technically, velocity stack adapters. These were technically made to go on Mcculloch, but see what we can do as far as getting it to work on one of these. It's similar. Oh, we can bore you out just a tad. Get you in. Just a titch. Okay, that's just a blanks. Let's see about you. Oh, you're a little bit more narrow. That one won't work. Let's see about this big guy. No, it'd definitely be that other one. I think we could actually ream that one out. I got 3 of them. Don't need all 3 of them. Really need. You don't need any of them because I don't really ain't going to run a velocity stack on any. My max. I may want to throw one on for fun on like the 800 or 850, but I'm not a huge fan of them. Ain't that much better than factory anyway. Filtering on some of the later ones. That's how that's supposed to go. Alright, so that one's pretty darn close. I mean, it'll almost it'd have to be reamed one way or the other. I mean, just slightly too. It's almost could slide down on there. Granted, it's too thick. I'd have to machine down part of this sides. These sides open up the pocket a little bit. But, yeah, it wouldn't even. That won't work. Too thick. But got me thinking. Because these saws right here just funky. Like, basically what this all is the grandfather to the 2100. It's for the dad to the 2100. It's a 99 cc's. It's governed I think at 8 or 8500 on cut. And just has some little funky things that were the first go around for husqvarna on these bigger saws, like this. But I mean, they're good saws. You're wrong, they're just uncommon. Actually, fairly uncommon. Try that. Oh, still, what's it called? I'll figure out some way to be able to get that to go full throttle. Just ain't quite got it yet. I almost wish I could zip tie that arm to that little, what's it called? Cause hell, that'd be full throttle right there. Well, give it to like right. I mean, I want it full throttle pinned right there, which is close. I said just a titch further, and it would be there. But we're just figuring it out. That stuff to let's go there right now. I think this is running a 404. I actually got a 8-pin for it to run. This isn't right. What's it called? This is actually on my 280. Came off my 285, and that's why I leaked bar oil so bad. Is because it was the wrong plate. And I'll show y'all. I actually just picked this up. Got it off the eBays. Yeah, the old Evil Bays. It is. It's gonna be a part saw. It's originally was a 285. It's locked up fairly tight, real tight. But positives are good gas tank. I mean, it's rough on the bottom, but doesn't appear to have any holes in it. Put some gas down in it. It's got, like I say, good gas tank, good handle, good gas tank handle combo. Got a good starter cover, good clutch cover, good muffler. I mean, it's open, but it's a good muffler. It's actually not dented up, surprisingly. Could possibly a good coil. We'll have to see about that. And possibly good ignition and a, what's it called? Intake block. So it's got some good to it. At least we'll figure it. We'll see. Oh, that's a funky design. Looking at the throttle shaft on this guy. It's like a predecessor to the 266. It uses a roller. That's interesting. That's supposed to hold the rod, I'm guessing, somewhere over there. Huh. Interesting saws, I can say that much. They were definitely trying new things on these. But Oh, that other card for this saw should be coming in Monday or Tuesday, I believe. And we'll probably revisit this when that gets here. And next on the chopping block, oh, the gaskets for that 266 will be coming. So I can finally re-gasket that and see if it'll pull fuel. That'll be good to go. Hopefully, it should. Got new crank seals. I have new gaskets throughout. I guess we could play around with this 268 on a 266 case. See what numbers it's got, and then maybe go ahead and start porting on it. Like I said, we're gonna run that Pioneer Farm Saw 2 clay build. Oh, tried to start the Homelight 410. Yeah, we did on the channel. And I'm guessing, actually, I might turn to that later. Either we've lost spark, or it's still not pulling fuel. I rebuilt the carb in it. Adjusted it one turn out, have the throttle cracked, and I mean it won't even pop. It'll about just pour raw fuel out. So I guess it maybe we did lose ignition on it. I don't know. Definitely smell gas in it. Then gotta tear into that Mcculloch 172. It decided to quit oiling on us when we did that cut the other day. Yeah, shoot. I can play around with some more Max. Actually gonna put another set of seals in that Johnstrid. It's still got air leak. I believe it's somewhere in the crank seals, 100%. Then oh heck, actually, I got a couple more things I can show y'all. Just as a little update, we got a few things here, but let's go ahead and set the cover on this so it don't get nothing down in it. Set it back down. Reach behind me here. Picked up this not too long ago. It's dirtier than can be, nasty. But this was, it's rough. It's seized right now. A 700. It was a true 700, but she is seized up hard as a rock. Hard as absolute rock. Definitely been in some what's it called, but it really doesn't have no rot anywhere. So I don't know if a bearing seized up in it or just rusted up. It'll need a crankshaft. Obviously seals, the case maybe junk. We'll have to see. We might be able to clean it up. I mainly just bought this for a cylinder. I think I paid $20-30 for this. We'll have another 700 to build at some point. Still have the 700 cylinder in a box for the 1010 build. Actually got to get another bearing insert to cut. I cut that one just a little too short, so it would spun one way or the other, probably with the rotation, and caused an air leak. What else have we gotten recently? Oh, another Mcculloch 1010. It's actually in pretty good shape. This has low compression, so we may just do a flat rebuild on it, which is actually in fairly decent shape. Right hand start 1010A, black paint job. Like I said, sounds a little rough, like something's going on with it, but actually looks in fairly decent shape. I do like the muffler that's on it. So one of them old reeds, and this actually got the old Mcculloch, what's called on the bottom, sticker still on it. Like I said, in pretty decent shape. Just needs some love and attention. Here's another one. A partner S65 in really good shape. Anti-vibe mounts are rock solid. Only problem with it is fairly low compression. I mean, compared to the other one, this thing's got nothing. So we're gonna pull it apart. Probably not gonna port it. Probably just gonna leave it stock. Same with the other partner 7000. Just because trying to find these cylinders is super hard. Well, the 65s, I believe. Let me pull this off real quick. I believe you can actually get the concrete saw cylinders to go on these. The K650, I believe, or 600. You can use those cylinders on these saws. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe you can use them on these saws. This one does have spark. Like I said, it's just low on compression, so I'm gonna pull it apart. If we need to get a set of rings for it, we will. I have these pretty fun saws to run. Like I said, and this one's in great shape, so I wanted to pick it up, preserve it. Not hardly dirty at all. So we got that one. We'll play around with some. I want to have a 60cc shootout at some point. Is this the one that was kind of a pain in the butt? Yeah, I believe it is. For some reason, this one does not like to seat down on its stud. Let's see if we can get it. This one, I guess this video is more just a channel update. There we go. So we got this S65 and we got 7000 that will run. I want to do a 60cc saw shootout, so like an open port Husky 61, closed port 61, or well 162 actually, closed port 162, 266, that 266 ported, and that we'll be building. This S65, probably gonna try to run one Mcculloch Pro Max against it. I know it's a little on the underdog, 57cc. We'll run the Pioneer farm saw, the stock one, the ported one, the P42, and I think that's it. Oh, and the Poland 68. And then we'll do a 70cc shootout between, honestly, some of the same saws are going to be in both, depending on how they do, like the 266, 268, the Partner 7000, the Husqvarna 372 clone, husqvarna, probably the Homelight 410 at 68, and the Poland 4200 at 68 as well. And maybe one of the farm saws, that ported one, if it can keep up, we'll shoot it around. And then we're going to do an 80cc. Basically the 850 versus the 805 versus the P50. I got any other big ones I can think of off the top of my head? No, I got some older Homelight, like 900s, but they're gonna be on the slow side. But we'll throw them in the mix as well. Yeah, that's my plan, and then we'll go up to the big dogs, the 87s. We'll basically do 82cc class and then 87s, which will be like the 285, the XP 1000, 1-72, the big boys, and run them against each other. very similar chains. Oh, what else we got? So a couple 1010s. We got a Pro 55 I need to rebuild. That's low in compression. Pro 1010. Oh, I forgot. We're going in the 70C class. We're going to run that Mcculloch 510. We poured it and the stock one. Both those will be in there. The one we poured it, actually need to pull it back down. It's got an air leak somewhere. So we'll address that. And what else we got? Oh, here's one last one I'll show you, and then we'll end this one off. It's another one I picked up. This box parts junk. I believe it is seized up as well. Nope, it's free. Sorry. Thought it was seized, but it is free. This is a Mcculloch 1010S. Missing, obviously, starter cover. The coil file is in good shape. Muffler cover, and she's rough. This one definitely set out. Oh, and a what's it called? Bar stud, but I got plenty of those. So we may actually throw this one in. Tank's in really good shape. I haven't looked inside the oil tank. I'm imagining it's in pretty decent. Yeah, it's in good shape. Actually, I think I see the bar stud down in there. May have just popped out. Looks like this one, honestly, probably somebody just either blew up, lost compression, could have ate the cylinder, or they just threw it away and robbed parts of it later on. Just didn't fool with it. But we'll pull this one down and take a look at it. Probably throw the engine in probably one of my right-hand start 1010s. I want to have one that's 54cc, one that's 57, one that's 70 in my right-hand starts. I have some nice ones, but I'd like to have one of each in each of those saws, and I've got the parts to do it. So I just like mixing and matching. But I guess that'll probably wrap things up for now. Just like to give a little channel update. Not particularly working on anything real tonight. Just, like I said, wrapping up that farm saw project. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If there's anything y'all want to see, please give me a shout out. I'd love to hear from y'all in the comments. And got some good cutting videos coming up, so keep watch. If you would like to, you could hit that bell so you know when I get a notification when I post, or you can subscribe or give a thumbs up, give a like. I ain't gonna force or ask y'all to do anything you don't want to do. So whatever y'all like to do. I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope y'all have a great evening and a great week ahead. Thanks, guys.